Hey, it's Nay. Y'all, we're in 2026. Love it. I love even numbered years. I mean, I just love even numbers. So, speaking of even numbers, I am here to do the first 6 winter sowing jugs. So we're going to do them together. So if you have them, go grab them and some soil. If you don't have them, you can still come along with me. So grab you a drink, a snack, or your potting stuff to start some seeds in some sort of fashion. This is my second year doing winter sowing. Last year was my first one winter sowing. And I would say I had marginal success. We're going to start some of those same plants and we're going to put some new plants. Now, I do have another, at minimum, 6 jugs I will be sowing. We don't drink milk out of jugs like that. And then when we do like the gallon jugs of milk, it's like they're completely opaque. Like you can't see through them at all. So what I have here is a bunch of hair everywhere, guys. Listen. It is what it is. I have a bunch of distilled water jugs because we use the humidifiers, and so we go through quite a bit of these. So I actually feel much better going through the distilled water because I know I'm gonna be using them for a second use. Because I tried using regular water, guys, I did it all last year, and I was cleaning out mold growing so often. And then you never get it really, really clean. And then I'm like, so we're inhaling that I don't know. So I've been using this. It is only January, I understand that. But we've been having that humidifier going for 2 or 3 months already. And it's kind of insane how distilled water versus even bottled water is like, it's not creating mold. It's very interesting. Someone has to explain that to me because I don't get it. But anyway, I'm just glad I have a reason to be using all of these plastic jugs because buying this is a pain to think about the plastic going to waste. So I have 6 of these. We're gonna do it together. I feel like I don't have to break it down because there's so many videos, but I'm gonna break it down regardless. Grab you some type of semi see-through container. People, I don't see why you couldn't use a water bottle. You could use these. I've seen people use totes. I've seen people use all kinds of manners of things. And as long as it's see-through and you could pop some holes in it, I think it's going to do what it needs to do. This space is literally a mess. I have to clean it up. So I'm going to use these. I think I'm going to get a clear tote, like a big clear tote. Because I see people going and put like the little cubes. Hold on, let me show you. So you get yourself a clear tote and then you fill a bunch of these up with soil and like a regular size clear tote, clear bottom, clear top. People are talking about like 40, 30, 32, 42 different one of these can go in there apparently. And then you kind of just put 3 or 4 seeds in this and then you separate them out and you can plant them out. I've seen a manner of things started. Now, first when I was starting to do this last year, I was seeing more so along the lines of like spinach, kale, a bunch of different flowers like calendula and chamomile, lavender, thyme, a bunch of stuff that actually sometimes actually needs a cold stratification, as well as a bunch of things that just take a really long time to even pop up to begin with. But now I'm hearing things like people are planting out their tomatoes and stuff in there. So you know 1 or 2 of these jugs gonna have some tomato seeds in here by the time I'm done. So I have here this. It says indoor potting mix, but I'm sure it will be fine. It's gonna go in the jug. I have 2 of these, and I don't think I'm gonna need the second one today because I'm only doing 6. We're gonna do 1 together. The other 5 are ready for me, but you have to take off this cap, guys. You don't need this cap. Precipitation is gonna be persistent into this cap from the top. Now, I went ahead, you take some scissors. I've seen this done in multiple ways, guys. I really don't think there's a wrong way. I've seen people completely cut it off. I do no such thing because it's just gonna give me more work when I have to put it back on. But I just poke a hole and I just cut. And I'm cutting right underneath the handle. And y'all, I wouldn't be concerned about this looking pretty. I did peel off the stickers off of them just so there's more spot getting the sun. And it just needs to open up like so. It doesn't need to be pretty. Now the next part. I don't use the scissors to start it because it dents in and it gives me problems and I don't want to accidentally poke myself. I grab a pen. You can grab really anything. And I just put small holes and pop it out. Now, I don't feel like these holes are big enough to get the water proper drainage. So I have 5. I'm gonna put another about 4 or 5. Now, I'm gonna show you them. You see those holes? To me, those are not going to be big enough for enough water to get out. Because if I get a solid bout of snow or rain, which it is known to happen. I mean, there's snow on my ground right now. Then it's just want to make sure it can drain properly. Opening up the scissors and pointing the other one away from you. I just push and twist. And please take your time with this. We don't want injuries. Something I can definitely attribute to gardening, well, crocheting as well, but also gardening, is the need to have patience. I remember, while we're doing this, when I first started gardening and I was looking up like quick crops that will grow. Reality, there's no such thing, okay? Because the fastest crops I was seeing was radishes, and that ish was 30 days. That's fast? No. In no realm is that actually fast. Now, obviously, some years later, 3 years later, and we're looking and it's going more like that is actually rapid. When I can plant tomatoes and harvest them in beginning of July, I feel like that's very rapid. Like, I'd be like plucking cherry tomatoes and be like, wow, this was so fast. And it's summer. So obviously, gardening makes you look at time differently, which is very interesting. So let's go ahead and cut open the bag and start scooping some soil into there. And we're going to talk about how I'm going to go about dividing within the gallon grow bag, because I do believe that you have some reasonable space. If you're going to plant out tomatoes, we're going to see how the tomatoes do, but people's tomatoes look very big, so I'm going to plant less tomatoes than other seeds, but give me a minute. Oh my goodness. So I have 5 out of the 6 done. I'll do the last one in a minute. We're going to get into the fun part for me. Oh my gosh. So that's a good amount of soil. I'll be able to, I think, fill up all 12 of my jugs with one of those bags. I believe no, it's not. It's 27.5 liters. So 25 dry quarts. Now, something I will say about this is there are definitely some bigger chunks. I'm not stressing it, but what I think I'm going to do is whatever I'm allowed to cover, I'm going to use this soil, the one that I made from Cocore or peat moss, one of those two, along with some bone meal, some blood meal and stuff like that. It's finer, and I think it's just going to be a little bit better for the top. Gosh, I'm tired. I have an obnoxious amount of things here, and we're not going to plant all of this out, but I want to try some stuff. So the first thing I'm going to go into is, this is my carrots, onions, and leeks. I will not be planting carrots, but I will try some onions and leeks. Now I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I just don't want to waste any of them, but I guess I probably won't. But oh, they have I have shallots in here. Okay, maybe. So I'm gonna do one of just leeks. So this is gonna be the leeks. This is 130 to 140 days. Start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. Well, I feel like you can add like 2 or 3 weeks before this 8 to 10 weeks because it's going to be out in the cold. So it's going to take longer for it to sprout up and do what it needs to do. I could be full of ish, but we'll see. This is, how am I going to say this? So 10 weeks. They're saying my last frost, like I have to be concerned at all about frost by like May 4th, which I'm going to be on, I'm using that, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't think we've ever had frost. And then like most people where I live, like I think they plant out around Mother's Day. I really don't think we have any type of frost at all in May. The nights may be still a little brisk, but I really don't like frost. I feel like we don't really have frost like that in April. At least we haven't had some in years. So I don't know about that. I think I'm just going to plant only leeks in here, in this one. And I'm going to just do a lot because I believe these have somewhat strong roots like onions. Okay. Okay. So it says that this variety was bred to endure cold. So we'll see what she does. It says 1/4 inch deep. So let's come over here with the other soil. Make sure they come in contact. And I'm not going to water these things in front of you guys, but no, I'm going to water everything in. When you're starting seeds, do me a favor, do me the big favor, water in your seedlings. Even if your soil is a little damp, which mine kind of is, you still want to water them in because you want to make sure they're getting really good contact with the soil. I'm going to name this in 2 different spots. I'm taking a garden marker. And this is why I have to name this. I already done forgot the name. American flag leek. So I'm gonna just put, I'm gonna put the full name on the outside. And then on the inside, I'm gonna just put leek. Actually, I'll do one more place right here. Actually, I'm gonna do it on the bottom side here. So I'm gonna do 3. Cause you know, it is gonna do precipitation. And then you tape this baddie closed. I'm gonna do that. I haven't ordered it in. So I'm gonna do that later. Leave that right there. Let's do the next one. So this whole thing is done. I might end up doing 7 of these today because I really want to plant out some tomatoes too. But let's empty my onions. So I have red burgundy onions and Walla Walla. I've had these for a little bit. Well, this is packed for 2025, so that's not too bad at all. Oh, this also says 2025, but I'm still gonna empty these out. There's nothing in this Walla Walla onion. I don't know why I left that in there then. We're gonna go over here, but this definitely has ones. From the red burgundy onion. Oh my gosh, I hear children crying. I have to go check on my little kitties. Hold on, let's plant this really quick. This is also sitting to start about 10 weeks, but most people I feel like start these so early. Like some people start these things in December, so according to them, I'm a little behind. When should I start planting? This is saying February to April. February. But it's fine. I feel like I could add a little more of those onions. So I'm gonna go ahead. How many of them are really in here? Is this also empty? Why did I take this back close if this is empty? I think there was one seed in there. That was a Southport white globe. Did it actually come out that one seed? It really doesn't matter because are you gonna actually pop up? Probably not. And then I have this. I'm not stressing the onions because I have onion starts coming. So this is the onion Gran X hybrid. So whatever pops up, great. There's a lot in here. And whatever doesn't pop up, it's okay. Does this need light to germinate? Yeah, not really. So I'm gonna put a little soil on top. So I'm just gonna put red onion and yellow onion. I'm probably not gonna plant these with my other onions only because the other onions have a longer storage capacity and I wanna keep, it'll be like, oh, I have to use these 2 onions for, you know, right after I harvest them and in the beginning of fall. Onions, so I'm gonna put yellow and red onion and then onion. And this is actually quite quick. Oh, okay. That's all I'm gonna pack for now of those. Let's do some of these flowers. This scares me, but I'm gonna plant this. I really want this to do something. Those 2 have to plant out. I have all types of nonsense in here. Oh my gosh, I literally have, okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for real. Oh my, I have a lot going on in this. So I think I'm gonna take up 2 more. Yeah, I might end up planting out 7 today. So I think this is not the smartest thing I'm gonna do, but it's okay. I'm gonna plant out my lemon balm and the holy basil in the same jug. And how I'm gonna separate, and this was the worst one to do, and I'm gonna just press it down just a little. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my actual plant markers. I'm gonna put a little slit in here, but like a splitting point, but I really don't think it's gonna last very well in here, which is why I'm gonna go with plant markers. So this half, I'm gonna just kind of seed this kind of heavy. This is a 1/4 inch deep. I'm just gonna plant, I'm gonna put very little on top of it. But these seeds are small for it to be a 1/4 inch deep. Usually you plant it as twice the depth of the seed, and those seeds were tiny. I'm actually gonna order this in because I don't want this to shift at all. And that's my holy basil. Oh my gosh, this gonna have to be a multiple part. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up with this one, but look forward to part 2 and 3. So there goes my holy basil. As I said, I'm gonna just water this in right now. Whoop. And then my lemon balm. I heard lemon balm is like a cousin to mint, so it's a bit of a bully, but I love lemon balm so much. See, now this one says 1/8. I love lemon balm so much, and I heard some people say that they use lemon balm to make like an iced tea in the summer, so I will definitely be trying that. So 1/8 is basically a little sprinkle. All right. These kids. Lemon balm. I need another plant marker. Guys, hold on. Give me a second. So I just finished that holy basil lemon balm. So we only did 3. So we're gonna do another 3 to 4 in the next video. I'm gonna tape those shut after I water them right now, and actually slide them on outside right now. I don't think the tape really matters. I think I used duct tape last year, which is not see-through at all, but then also the see-through tape will be just fine. Find a tape that will work. I might even, if I can't find the duct tape, my gift wrapping tape is gonna have to do, and I'll put a couple layers around that. So that's part 1 of winter sewing. Apparently this is gonna be 3 parts because y'all know I like to chatter. Don't forget to hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button, hit all the buttons, and comment, are you winter sewing, and what are you winter sewing? Anyway, hopefully I see you in my next video. Bye bye.